Nobody takes hits after hits after hit and don't decide, I'm going to protect me. And the way how you choose to protect yourself have a lot to do with if you're able to have a conversation about it. If you're not able to have a conversation about it, then walls go up, defenses build. You choose to walk away from a relationship that may have been really good just because you couldn't have that conversation. And maybe you couldn't have that conversation for several reasons. Maybe it's because you didn't think the person would be able to receive what you're saying, or maybe you weren't courageous enough to stand up for yourself and say something. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Becoming Marsha. I am Marsha, and boy, we just got through a series that we were calling From the Messy Middle to Becoming His, and that series was messy. If you are here for the very first time, thank you so much for stopping by. Make yourself at home, look around, and get caught up on the previous episodes. We are currently out of the last series, From the Messy Middle to Becoming His. And today I really want to talk about the Yap Sessions that I've been doing on Instagram. Yes. I actually want to explain how these sessions even started, because some people think that I'm just here venting, talking out loud, screaming, yelling at people, doing all the things. And honestly, that's not what's behind it. That's not the heart behind all these Yap sessions that I've been doing. And I'll probably continue to do them. And as I start this episode today, let me just say this. I am wearing my t-shirt, Roots, I am a friend, because I am a friend. My obsessions are not to bash people, or it's not to make people feel bad. So let me start off by saying this. Oh, let me tell you where I got my t-shirt from. So I got my t-shirt from my friend, her Alabaster. She has a women's ministry, and that ministry, she sells these t-shirts. If you want to get this t-shirt, I'm going to link the shop to where you can get this t-shirt in the description on this episode, because I really like this t-shirt and I normally get a lot of questions. It's a women's ministry, and it's all about your alabaster, what is in your box, your purpose, your perfume that you give off to the world. So I link all the details in the bio. Anywho, let me get back to what I'm saying. The hat is here. The hat is here. The hat might be here to stay. Who knows? We'll see. But I am back. If you're ready, are you ready? If you're ready, are you ready? Are you ready for today's episode? Are you ready for us to start talking about these Yap sessions? If you're ready, let's go. What I started realizing during this season, not just through my own experience, but through conversations with other women walking through their own messy middles, was how many people were carrying pain and carrying the weight of insensitive things being said to them while already hurting. Women walking through some really hard things, walking through grief, divorce, loss of a job, empty nesting, just unexpected shifts that happen in women's life from day to day. And while trying to process all that, while trying to get used to the new situation and new circumstances, they were also navigating comments that felt dismissive, awkward, insensitive, or even hurtful. And then that was something else that they had to deal with. And what really surprised me, most of these comments weren't coming from men. You know, we like to say men are insensitive, they don't know what to say. They were coming from women. A lot of these comments were coming from fellow women, right? But the more I sat with it, the more I realized something. Most people aren't actually trying to be hurtful. A lot of times, people just don't know what to say. They repeat the same things that they've heard, the same things that have been said to them. Or when they hear that you're going through something devastating, they become very uncomfortable and they just start talking without thinking. Like no thought has gone into it. They just start saying something because they feel like they should have something to say. And I think that's why this matters so much to me, because emotional awareness matters. How people handle people in painful seasons matters, because people remember those things. And those seasons are also shaping what their lives is going to look like going forward. It's shaping how they're going to receive things that people say to them. It's shaping their relationships moving forward. It's going to shape their interaction with you moving forward. It's going to shape how they feel or how they view people moving forward. And it's also going to shape how they interact with other people that is going through hard times in their future. Like, for instance, when they're out of this season and they're healed and everything, without even knowing it, they might end up saying the same thing to cause somebody else hurt, or they might end up not saying anything at all. But it's all shaping. It's shaping how we interact with each other. The words we choose, they really do matter. Now, before I started these Yap sessions, I had to ask myself a question. How are people going to respond to this? Because some people will get offended. Some people may stop talking to me, they might take it personal and stop talking to me, right? Some people may feel uncomfortable about it. And honestly, I had to ask myself if I was okay with that. And I decided that I was okay with that. I was okay if some people felt offended and didn't want to talk to me anymore, because if hearing what I have to say, or if hearing me say to you, be careful about what you say to somebody else or what you say to me while I'm in a very painful or sensitive season of my life, makes you decide you don't want to talk to me anymore, I'm okay with that. We have to get used to people telling us and teaching us how to treat us. Because a lot of times we damage relationships or we walk away from relationships because we didn't take the time to let the person know that what they're saying have hurt us, or what they're saying is insensitive. In order to save their feeling or not to make them mad, we take the hit. And you could only take so much hit after hit after hit before it starts to change you, before it starts to just change who you are at your core, before you start building a defense. Nobody takes hits after hits after hit and don't decide, I'm going to protect me. And the way how you choose to protect yourself have a lot to do with if you're able to have a conversation about it. If you're not able to have a conversation about it, then walls go up, defenses build. You choose to walk away from a relationship that may have been really good just because you couldn't have that conversation. And maybe you couldn't have that conversation for several reasons. Maybe it's because you didn't think the person would be able to receive what you're saying, or maybe you weren't courageous enough to stand up for yourself and say something. But either way it goes, anybody could only take so many hits before they decide they're going to respond. Either they respond in anger or they respond in a way that's constructive to them defending themselves. So, if your immediate response to hearing handle hurting people with more care is offense, then maybe that's a conversation that is needed more than we realize. And maybe you're part of the problem. If you can't hear somebody say, ouch, you're hurting me, and say, oh, my bad, how can I make it better? Then you're part of the reason why people don't want to have these conversations. I am not saying that people can't have difficult conversations or tell someone something that they don't want to hear. I'm not saying that at all. Because I realize that sometimes difficult conversations are necessary. Sometimes telling people what they don't want to hear is necessary. Case in point, I'm advocating for people to start saying, oh, you've said that and that was insensitive. You've said that and you could have said it this way or that way. What I am saying is difficult conversations can happen and should happen, must happen in order for relationships to get stronger. Difficult conversations must be had, but what I'm saying is you can think about the way how you say what you say. You don't have to hurt to address. You don't have to hurt someone to address something that they're doing to hurt you. And in addition to that, I'm not even talking about having difficult conversations. I am talking about being completely emotionally aware of the fact that someone is hurting and what you're saying to them is causing them more pain. What I'm actually talking about is emotional awareness. I'm talking about how we approach people who are already hurting, who are already suffering, who are already feeling ashamed for whatever reason, who are already going through a lot of things in their mind back and forth, they're battling and they're struggling. I am saying take time to think about what you say to them. It's like my parents used to always say to me, and my cousins and my aunties used to always say, my grandma, think before you talk. Think before you talk. And if you can't say something nice, just don't say anything at all. If you can't think it through and say something nice, don't say anything at all. And again, of course, that is within context. Please hear it within the context that I am talking about. Because silence isn't always the answer either. Having a conversation, but being intentional about the delivery is what I'm saying. So if you want to say something to someone that's in the middle of something that may be painful, think about what you're going to say before you say it. And if you run into them before you had a chance to think about what you're going to say to them, just be quiet and say hi. Think about it, and then you can come back to them and say something. Just be intentional, or have a list of things in your head. This might seem very strategic, or it might seem not strategic. This might seem to you, you might consider it fake, but it's actually intention. Think about some of the things you can say to somebody that you meet or you encounter that is going through a hard time. Either they've lost someone they love just passed, either they've lost their job, or they had a miscarriage, or they're going through a divorce, or whatever the situation is, they're empty nested. Think about right now, think about it before you encounter it. What would be something sensitive for me to say if I ever encounter someone that was going through something like this? What is something for me to say? And have those ready in your arsenal. Just have them ready in your back pocket. So if you ever encounter it, you have a sensitive thing to say. Because you've now had time to sit with yourself and ask yourself, why do I say what I'm about to say? Why am I saying what I'm about to say? And how can it help? I get it. Sometimes people become so afraid of saying the wrong thing that they make everything awkward. That is the next thing to deal with. They make it awkward. And honestly, you don't always have to have something deep. You don't gotta have something deep to say in that moment. Someone once said something that really stayed with me. If you don't know what to say to someone going through something difficult, just talk to them like normal. Just talk to that person like normal. When you normally see that person, what do you normally say? Hey, how you doing? Hey, I like your hat. Hey, those are some nice kicks. Hey, the sun is outside. What do you normally say to them? When you encounter that person, what was your normal conversations like? Just keep it normal. Just be like, hey, how you doing? That's that. You're just being nice. Hey, how you doing? You know, a head nod, a wink, something. These are all gestures that are not offensive to someone. Don't make them feel isolated because you became uncomfortable with their pain. I truly believe that we can help each other more. If we become just a little more considerate, just a little bit more thoughtful, a little more aware, we could actually heal people through our interactions. Sometimes just a hug. And you know what's big? Sometimes leaving that person alone. They might need a minute or two. It might mean sometimes when you see them, they might just want to be left alone. Like, don't make it about you. Do not make it personal when someone is going through something hard, because they're not even thinking about you. You're the last thing on their minds. If they pass you straight, maybe they didn't even see you. Because what they're dealing with, they barely have the capacity to hold space for that. And so they may not have any room for you. They may not have any room to acknowledge you or to say something to you. But just don't make it awkward. Don't make it uncomfortable. Whatever you do, don't stare. Don't stare them down. Don't point at them. Don't whisper when they pass by. Like, that is high school stuff. I can't believe as adults we're still doing things like that. But that's just how insensitive we've become as a people. Don't stare at people down. Don't point at them. Don't whisper. Don't obviously avoid them. Like, see them coming, you don't know what to do, so you just dodge around, you just walk around. It's just weird stuff. You're just being weird. You're just being weird. You're making the person uncomfortable. You're being awkward. You just don't do that. Like, it's not hard to be honest. Give a nod head. Hey, how you doing? Or just hey, just don't be awkward, man. I don't know how to say this. Just don't be awkward. Don't be that person that makes it even harder for them. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't ask questions. It's not your business. Don't ask for details. If someone loses someone they love, don't ask what happened. If they want you to know, they'll tell you. You're not gonna have to ask. They'll share it with you. If someone loses their job, unless they tell you, don't ask them what happened. Unless you're in their personal circle, don't say to them, well, what happened? Because now, if they didn't want to tell you, you're putting them in a position that they can either lie, or they feel even more embarrassed or stupid, or they feel even more judged. Don't ask people uncomfortable things. If someone is going through a divorce and they didn't share with you why, don't ask them why. Just be a little bit more sensitive. You don't have to have that information. You don't have to know it. Why do you want to know? If you're not in a personal circle and you're not there to help, you're not there to help heal them, you're not there to pray over them, just ask yourself, why do I want to know? Like, have these honest conversations with yourself, and be honest if you're just being gossipy. If you say, girl, why you want to know that? Oh, just because I want to know, or just because I want to talk about it. Then tell you to shut up. Tell you to be quiet. Tell you to be sensitive. This is how you grow, by having honest conversations with yourself. Correct you. Correct yourself. Say, self, that's not nice. Self, that's not kind. Self, you wouldn't want to be treated this way. Self, if this were you, how would you feel? And I know some of y'all don't care about nothing. Some people don't care about anything. So you might not be the type of person to ask yourself, what would you do? Because that might not be here or there. But my overall thing is, be sensitive. Read a book about emotional awareness. There's a lot of podcasts. Listen to a podcast on emotional awareness. Go find a YouTube video. There's a lot of things that's accessible to you in ways that you engage, in ways that you get information. If you're not a reader, listen to a podcast. If you're not a podcaster, go ahead and go on YouTube and watch a video. There's a lot of resources out there. Ask ChatGPT. ChatGPT, how do I become a more emotionally aware person? Google. You are not without resources to learn how to engage people better. And that is the one thing that you're never going to be rid of. As long as you live, you're going to be engaging with people. So if you're going to engage people, and if you're going to be around people, as these things come up, learn how to walk and deal with people. Learn how to communicate. Learn how to just be a nice, kind person. Learn how to, you're going to be around people that's going to go through divorce, start school, experience death, experience the loss of a loved one, maybe get married. All these scenarios, you're going to encounter people in these different areas, and you should know how to interact without causing pain. So what is the whole takeaway? Just don't make people feel more isolated because you became uncomfortable with their pain, or because you don't know how to handle what they're going through. If people mean anything to you, if you have loved ones, know that sooner or later they're going to encounter something that is not nice. That is the story of life. Teach yourself how to maneuver and how to deal in these unexpected circumstances. Point number 2 from all this is teach yourself. Educate yourself. Point number 3, teach yourself. Educate yourself. Educate yourself on being a nicer, kinder person. That's all I'm saying. I'm not here to beat you up. And if this episode felt like a beat up, I'm sorry, it was not. I am just really, really passionate about it. I am really passionate about what I'm saying. So it's not intended to beat you up. It's not intended to make you feel bad, but it is intended to help you grow. So no, these Yap sessions aren't about attacking people. They're about helping us love better, helping us love our friends, the people that we interact with, our parents, our siblings, because these things happen within families too. Sometimes families don't know what to say either. So I am trying to help you love better, especially in your homes and especially with people that you like, especially with people walking through the messy middle. Class is no longer in session. I hope that you have learned something about this. And yes, I will continue doing the Yap sessions, and they're going to change because since I've started the Yap sessions, believe it or not, I've had so many people tell me about things that were said to them that was just inappropriate, unaware, just inappropriate, painful, and mean. So I am going to continue doing the Yap sessions, and I encourage you to share them with a friend so that we all can be educated on just how to navigate these difficult conversations and these difficult situations going forward. Please remember to like this video, leave a comment, and share it with a friend. New episodes drop every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Hit that notification button so that you will be notified each time a new episode is released. I will see you in the next episode. Bye!